up, everybody? Welcome to Real Talk with Chris and Travis. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. So today we're going to talk about how to find a job when you are disabled.
Yeah.
It sounds simple, huh?
It sounds simple, but
it's absolutely not.
A lot of times it's not that simple.
Man, first of all, we're going to start off with our experiences and then I'll throw out some tips. How about that?
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? And I really want you to kind of talk about, because you have a work from home job, correct?
Yeah.
And you ain't got to go into no heavy detail, but just, tell them how you came about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, first of all, for those that may be new, because hey, we got some new subscribers. Did you see the number? We growing.
What we up to?
49.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the new subscribers out there.
Right. We appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. So, for everybody, who may be new, I'm Chris and he's Travis, of course. And we both are disabled. We've been friends for, since yesterday?
Nah, we've been friends for over like 20-something years. Huh?
Yeah, man.
Since middle school.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm old. I'm older than I look. But anyway, man, we both are disabled. He has spinal bifida, and I was born with cerebral palsy, and it ain't stopping nothing. You know what I'm saying? Travis drives. We both cook. He's a better cook than me. We got our own places. I'm married and have children, so it don't stop anything.
Nah.
And just a little backstory on us. We started this podcast because we felt like, we want to do something, and we decided to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we talk a lot about, what it means to be disabled in this world and not letting anything stop you.
Yeah, we just kind of want to just bring more awareness to, what it's like being disabled and, show our, pretty much our viewpoints on it,
Right.
Yeah.
So with this particular video, we're going to kind of cover our experience in the workplace and the job market and hopefully give some real helpful information as far as people that may be disabled trying to get a job because they may be, have become disabled, or you might be a parent that have a disabled child and you're wondering in the future, is there work available for my child?
Yeah.
Of course, me and Travis we really believe big on having your own business and being your own boss, but
you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere. I like that. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna kick it off like football. I worked for a long time in retail for three companies, and in my experience, I've dealt with some people who had bad attitudes. I've dealt with some people who had good attitudes, and I learned a lot. And so the biggest thing I learned is just never give up.
Yeah.
If you want something bad enough, it will happen. As long as you just don't give up and you keep being hungry for it and you keep chasing it. You know what I'm saying? So with working in the retail industry, I was mainly a salesman. I sold lawn equipment. I sold electronics. That was pretty much it. It's a short list.
Yeah.
But I did those things for a long time. But yeah, I had good experiences. I made a lot of friends. I had people that actually came and helped me, and they had good motives. They didn't have no twisted feelings about anything. And I've dealt with people who were just not nice people. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So this podcast, we try to keep it real positive. We try to make it fun, and it's a vibe. You got to catch it. So, yeah.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what Chris said, I started off in retail as well, and then, like everyone, once I finished college, I pretty much got my first real job, as people would say. And then, I experienced, some things in the workforce that, some people probably would have gave up on, I would say a lot of times with a disability, you will face some discrimination.
Absolutely.
I'll just be honest. You will face discrimination. You may fit every qualification on that job description, but they're gonna find every way to try to, count you out, basically.
Right.
So you got to pretty much know how to network as well. So
And that is huge
yeah,
because we all know, you know what I'm saying, in the job world is more about who you know, not what you know.
yeah,
And I hate that stereotype. I really
yeah,
do. Because you can be super qualified for something and be the best worker for that position, but because you don't have somebody that they know backing you, it's like, why should we pick you?
mm-hmm.
When we got Joe Blow over here, who's my cousin, that wants a job.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say if you are a person that's disabled and you are trying to get a job,
Don't give up is what I say.
right. That's the first thing is just don't give up.
Because I mean, not to cut you off, but I
Oh, you
mean,
good? Go ahead.
when I was applying to jobs and going to different interviews, I know I was qualified for these jobs. I went to so many interviews, and I remember I went to one interview. They were so excited. You know, they was sounding excited to talk to me on the phone. It was like, oh, we want to do a second interview. So when I came in, you know, she started going over my resume. She's like, your resume is very impressive. You know, we thought you were a great fit for the job. But I mean, you just seem like you're overqualified. I'm like,
I hate that one.
that, that really boiled my blood, man. I was like, okay.
You made me waste gas. Come way out here for that.
Just to tell me I'm overqualified when you could have told me that over the phone. Like, why you call
Because you
me?
was looking at my resume on the phone.
Why you call me? It's crazy.
Foolishness.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying? And that's why we say just never give up.
yeah,
You gonna get a lot of no's. You gonna get some doors slammed in your face. You know what I'm saying? But somebody is gonna take a chance on you,
yeah.
and that's your time to shine. You gonna show them they made the right decision in hiring me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I worked in retail for one company for 12 years, and during my 12 years, I was associate of the month twice and associate of the year once,
Yeah,
and that was huge to me. Even though I felt like those awards were like a popularity contest, but I'll take that because I know what I'm worth and I know I earned those accolades. They
mm-hmm.
wasn't just handed to me because I was cool. You know what I'm saying? I worked my butt off. So when they hit me with the Associate of the Year thing, it really took my breath away. I
Yeah,
was not expecting that. You know, but when you are fighting for your spot in the workforce and you already got the odds working against you because you disabled, it's it's not an easy task. But there are some things you can do to kind of even the playing field just a little bit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I remember going to one interview and the guy when came in the room,
yeah,
when I walk with elbow crutches and when I sit down in a chair, I lay one crutch on one side and one crutch on the other side, so it's easier for me to get up out the chair when everything is done. Well, as I'm laying the crutches down, the guy is looking at the crutches. He's watching where I'm laying them at, and so after I laid him down, I'm looking at him and he looking down at me. He looking down like at the floor, you know, at my legs and the crutches. I
mm-hmm.
had no idea what was going through his head, but I'm sure he was like, I didn't know this guy was like this. What am I gonna tell him?
Right.
And I'm like, hey, you all right? And he was like, yes, sir, yes, sir. You ready to start the interview? I'm like, I'm ready. Are you? See what I'm saying? And we did the interview. It was about a good 15, 20 minutes. And he was like, listen, you more than likely will get a second interview. You'll get a call back. He said, I just gotta know. Off the record, this is not part of the interview. Why do you want to work here? And I was like, cause for one, I'm not a lazy person. And the job I was on shut down with no warning. So I'm trying to get another job. I got a family to take care of. I got 2 children. And I'm just trying to take care of my responsibilities. As you see from the resume, any job I get, I can hold it. You know, I'm willing to work, but I do
Mm-hmm.
need a chance. And I saw you was looking at my crutches, and I'm here. They not part of me.
Yeah,
I control them. They don't control me. And I said I can move something that's 20, 30, maybe even 40 pounds, maybe even more, depending on what material it's made out of.
mm-hmm.
Without the use of these crutches, I can move without them. I have to get familiar with the workspace first, though. And he said, really? I said, yes, sir. That's why I'm in here today, only asking for a chance. I'm not asking for a handout. but I do need a chance to show you I can work. And he said, well, that's not up to me. He said, and honestly, he said, I think you got a great heart, but I just don't see it happening.
That's what he said?
That's what he said.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay. He said, but be looking for a call from, it's going to be like a Kansas City number. And I said, okay. That call never came.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Like I say, you're going to get some no's. But through the no's, always remember, like, simple as put, the Bible says if a man don't work, he don't eat. See what I'm saying? And everybody's always saying, well, God help those that help themselves. First of all, that's not in the Bible. But the Bible do say, you know, if you ask, you receive. If you knock, the door will open. You know, if you ask, stuff like that. It'll say if you keep asking, keep knocking, keep seeking. So sometimes you just got to keep going. Mm-hmm. One job told you no, the next job will tell you yes. 10 jobs told you no, that 11 job going to tell you yes. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened with me. I had tried multiple places before the job that I was on for 12 years picked me up. Yeah. You know, so if we was doing tips, which we will, first tip is don't give up. You know, there are resources out there to help you find jobs if you have a disability. The Ticket to Work program, you familiar with that, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, they help people that's disabled to find jobs. Yeah. They do like little workshops where you can come to different meetings and you can like do different assessments and assess your own skills. Yeah. And they can put you with an advocate who can, I guess, they can kind of campaign for you to different companies that they have contracts with. Mm-hmm. For to help you, you know, at least get you an interview where you can talk to the people like, hey, I have this skill set, I'm more than qualified, and, you know, stuff like that. You know, so yeah, you know, and with the age we live in with all this technology, you can you know use Google. I say become a Google addict and just you know what I'm saying. You can find all sorts of jobs, you know, with a disability or not, and the whole point is get yourself as prepared as you can. Yeah. To get in and, you know, look up as much information as you can with those jobs and even that position, you know, and ask a lot of questions.
I would say network. Yeah. That's the biggest part, the major one is networking. Because I mean, you got to know somebody out there, know somebody that knows somebody. Yeah. You know, so if you
these days nobody gets anywhere by themselves.
Yeah. So if you brush shoulders with somebody and strike up a conversation and they start liking you, like, hey, I'm the hiring manager. I oversee hiring. Right. I like you and I can get you on. Right. You know, so I mean that's how I ended up getting an internship in college.
Yeah, you wanna elaborate on that? Or?
Yeah, I was at a job fair. We had a job fair on campus or whatever, and this lady was that was working for this company. Well, she's like one of the top people at the company or whatever. Okay. So I went up to her, you know, I was like, hey, how you, introduced myself, told her I was looking for an internship, and she was like, okay, do you have a resume? Gave her my resume. She was like, okay. Here's my card, and she was like, give me a call. So I gave her a call, probably the next day. Told her who I was again, and she was like, okay, I'm going to speak to the director. She did it. She called me back. She's like, hey, I got you an interview set up.
See, that's what's up.
I went to the interview. About a week later, she called me again. She was like, they want to offer you the job. I mean, the internship. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah. She pretty much stuck to her word. You know, she told me she was going to get me in, and she did it. So, I mean.
Yep, and see, sometimes I think, too, like, when you put a situation in God's hands, and this is not a podcast for preaching, I'm not trying to preach and be religious, but I'm just being real. The jobs that I had, it took prayer, because the first job I had, I didn't know anybody. Mm-hmm. I just filled out the application, and I went, and they called me, and I went to the job, and when they saw me, they was like, well, I was gonna put you in one spot, but I see you can't physically handle that, so let me look at your resume again. And they pulled it up and they were looking and they was like, well, you went to school for graphic design. Do you work with computers when you do graphic design? I was like, yes, sir. And he was like, well, I tell you what, we're going to put you in the electronics department where you can sell TVs and computers and stuff like that. And I told the guy, I said, look, I'm just being honest. I don't know a lot about TVs. He said, that's okay. That's why we have information cards by the TVs. Yeah. You can literally read that stuff to the customer, and that's all you got to do. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, bet then we good. Yeah, I do that. Yeah. And they hired me. You know.
Cool.
Now, after that, every job I got after that, it was because either a customer that I helped at the place I started at, they knew people, and they got me on at different places. But, yeah. You know,
networking, man.
Yeah.
It's all about
that magic word.
It's all about networking.
That magic word.
In all aspects, not just jobs, just anything you want to do.
Right.
You got to network.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole thing about it is getting a job with a disability can be hard. I'm not going to say it can seem hard. It can be hard because you are competing with able-bodied people who may have the same qualifications as you, but then when you get that interview, the people that's interviewing you are looking like, what if he can't handle the physical aspect of the job? But he's saying he can.
Yeah.
I don't want to hire this guy, and then I'm like, move this 50-pound box over there, and he's like, I can't pick up 50 pounds.
Or it can be, they might see you as like a liability. Like if you
that too
get injured on the job, then you can wipe us out. Just like that. But I mean, it's not fair.
It's not. But like I learned it growing up, everybody was like, man, nobody ever said life was gonna be fair.
Yeah.
You just got to make your own way.
I mean, you gotta make a way. You gotta find a way. You gotta keep pressing forward. You can't let nothing stop you.
Right.
Can't make excuses.
Gotta have a freight train mindset.
Basically.
Nothing is gonna stop me. I will do this.
Oh yeah.
And that's the mindset I had with every job I went into. I was like, I just need y'all to show me what it is you need me to do and then get out of the way.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I kept the jobs that I kept for so long. Because everybody knew I was going to work. When I showed up in the building, I was going to work. You know? Because I felt like I always had a point to prove.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes that's not a bad thing to have. You know? So, you know, before we get to giving out tips and things like that, I know it's a pandemic and stuff like that, and numbers are slightly going up, and some other things is being introduced into society.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are looking into remote work and, you know, working from home type jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was gonna kind of let Travis kind of, you know, tell us a little bit. You got a work from home job, correct?
Yeah, I work from home.
So just, you know, like I said, you ain't got to give personal details and stuff like that, but just kind of tell us about the process you went through to get this work from home job.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, I mean, somebody, I know, well, not, I don't know, like, personally, but just by networking, they sent me an email of, like, a virtual job fair or whatever.
Okay.
So I went to the virtual job fair. That company was there, talked to a few representatives, filled out an application, and got a call for an interview. And did the interview, and he was like, I like you, you know, and I'm going to make sure I get you on. So I'll be looking for the offer letter.
So everything was like webcams and stuff? That's how y'all did the interviews? And
yeah, you know.
That's
Zoom.
Yeah, I did a couple things through Zoom. And see my experience trying to find like a work from home job.
Yeah.
I did find one. I'm still going through the hiring process right now. But I got a lot of calls from people that either wanted me to sell insurance, or they wanted me to basically learn how to book, help people book vacations.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, is this like an hourly paid type of job? And they're like, well, selling insurance is commission based. I don't like working on commission.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. If you work and you get commissions, I'm not knocking what you do.
Yeah.
That's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
The other thing is with the work from home jobs, you know, that I got calls for about helping people book vacations and stuff like that. First of all, they was like, this is like you have your own business. It's not like you working for somebody, you work for yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, this ain't the kind of business I want. See what I'm saying? Number two, it was like when they finally got to the end of the presentation, which took like 45 minutes. They was like, so normally you have to pay like $350, but today, if you get in it today, I can let you have it for $49.99. And I'm like, this is not. I don't want to pay money to work a job. That's
right. That's
which I understand. When you have your own business,
kind of
you got to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
Basically, is what they saying. You spend $50, and they gonna put you with, like you say, some virtual people that they gonna help train you in the process of helping to book these vacations and things like that. And I'm like, so I don't get no money if I don't help nobody book a vacation. I was like, give me a salary or an hourly job and I'm good.
Yeah.
But our ultimate goal is to have passive and residual incomes.
Yeah.
That's what we really want. You know what I'm saying? To be our own bosses. But like Travis said, you gotta start somewhere. So at this point, I'm gonna just do some, I guess you call them quick tips, and you know, you can jump in anytime you want. We already touched on, like Travis said, networking. You know what I'm saying?
That's my tip, man. Network. That's it.
Right. You got to connect the dots.
Right.
My tip would be never give up.
Yeah.
You know, because both of those things are major. Second thing, third thing, do as much research as you possibly can before you even apply for the job. You know what I'm saying? Some jobs may require you have a degree, and like in my case, I don't have a degree. I have a certification in computer repair. Yeah. Travis has 2 degrees, right? Yeah, Travis has 2 degrees. He bossing up out here, you know. So, you know, also, on top of doing as much research as you can about the company that you're gonna apply for or the position that you're gonna apply for, you know, just be hopeful. You may not get it on the first go round, but that does not mean this job ain't for you. That position may be for you, just with a different company.
Right.
You know, so keep looking. Right. You know, there may be people in your family who may know people with the company you're trying to get on with. Yeah. So reach out to the people you know, friends, family members, church members. You know what I'm saying? If you talk to your neighbors, I know some people don't. If you talk to your neighbors, they may know somebody, so don't be afraid to ask them. Yeah. You know, ask questions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, there was gonna be some quick tips. But yeah, and that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, so y'all stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. Also, we have an email address. It is realtalkwithchrisandtravis@yahoo.com. And we'll be back next week with another video.
Oh yeah, stay tuned.